Ayo football fans, it's your boy TK and welcome back to Pitch, Pit and Punch. It's been a while since we last spoke and a lot has changed. And I think today is the perfect time to actually talk to Liverpool fans from an Arsenal and football lovers perspective. Just basically because you guys have just ended your losing streak. So let's get into it. I have a few things that I want to wrap up, focusing on Arsenal, Liverpool, and Manchester City. Let's go. So I want to open this up with a question for all football fans. Just asking you guys, do you still think Liverpool have a fighting chance for the Premier League title? Please let me know in the comment section. With that being said, I'm going to give you my opinion on how I see things playing out and the reasons why I honestly believe Liverpool have a fighting chance. Now, with that being said, to Liverpool fans specifically, take a deep breath. Yes, the last month has been absolutely rough. You drop points, your defense has been exposed, and the frustration is all around. But that's because you guys are the defending champions. We know that when you're on top, everyone prays for your downfall, and that's why there's a lot of noise. But listen, when it comes to the title race, it's far from over, because let's not forget, the Premier League is never won in November. We are only 10 games in, guys. I kept saying it in my previous videos that you only really judge clubs from the 8th game or the 10th game onwards. Because after this, the manager should know who his strongest 11 is. The new players that have come into the club should start getting acclimatized to the system and the league that they're in terms of what it demands physically, pace-wise, and the challenges in the league itself. And I honestly believe that in Liverpool's advantage of having a poor run in the beginning actually sets them up beautifully to go on a winning streak. And a lot of people this week, especially with the Aston Villa game, were licking their lips thinking that the losses are going to continue. But let's not forget, the teams that they've been losing to are teams that play long balls, keep the ball in the air, and do a lot of long throws. Those are Liverpool's weaknesses. Something that Arne Slot needs to show that he can tactically deal with instead of really making the excuses in the media. Now, let's not forget, guys, speaking on Arne Slot, what he did last season was unprecedented. Someone coming outside of the Premier League, taking over from Jurgen Klopp, meaning that, yes, he's got a great foundation and still doing the job, taking Liverpool all the way to becoming champions. A few bad results doesn't erase the fact that they have a winning mentality and that they have leaders in their squad that are really ready to take things on. Remember last season, Slot's men found their rhythm after Christmas. That's why I say this is so early to get excited about Liverpool's downfall. Now, let's take into consideration that Liverpool have had injuries this season. Gravenberch, their most important player in the midfield, in my opinion, because Liverpool don't really have a number 6 player. And when he plays there, he not only plays as a 6 or an 8, but he can drive that ball up and create problems for most defenses. The other big position is Alisson Becker. Massive loss. Most teams, take away your number 1 keeper, you are going to leak goals. The second keeper is never at the same level as the number 1 keeper. And besides that, the amount of new players that have to come into Liverpool and get up to speed with the pressures of not only Liverpool standards, not only the crowds in standards, but also the fact that the pace and aggression of the league is very different. Now, Liverpool's win against Aston Villa could be a turning point for them. That's because the next 3 games, if you look at them, they're going to be playing teams who keep the ball on the ground. And that works in their advantage. They love those games. Soboslai will be able to make his passes and break through defenses. Man like Ekatike, Gakpo, Salah, they're going to love these games. Because last season, they also played a City, a Real Madrid, and a few other scary fixtures in a short time. They won all their games. So I honestly wouldn't be surprised if they can pick up W's all the way into the international break, because these teams are going to allow them to play the way they want to. Now, when you look at history and see teams that had a rough patch, let's start with Manchester City in the year 2011-12, where they were 8 points behind Manchester United with just 6 games in. It was actually 6 games to go, rather. And everyone said, it's over. There's no ways they're going to actually close that gap, because Manchester United are actually going to finish the job. No way Manchester United will drop 8 points and allow Manchester City back in. Then came Kun Aguero with the most memorable moment and last goal of the game. And that allowed City to win the league with a goal difference. Then we have 2021-2022, Manchester City again. They looked off the pace and still won the title by 1 point after clawing back from behind. Let's not forget Liverpool's own 2019-2020 season, where they had a rocky patch, but they ended up finishing the season 18 points clear. So this just shows that momentum shifts, and it shifts very quickly. And right now, Liverpool are still within striking distance. Guys, it's only 10 games. That means we still have a whole 28 more games. That's a lot of points. And that means anything can truly happen, because if Liverpool and Manchester City go on an unbeaten streak, that will pile up the pressure on Arsenal. And that's where mistakes happen. So we've seen Arsenal be ahead for majority of the season and still bottle it because the pressure got too much. With that being said, when we look at the other contenders in Arsenal and Manchester City, Arsenal this season have been extremely excellent. I said it in previous videos, they don't really struggle starting well. It's just been key injuries to key players and key refereeing decisions that have really cost them a lot of the games. This season, they've been key referee decisions, but the players have learned to get that out of the mind and learned that, listen, we are in control of this game. And the way they've been controlling these games is outstanding. Let's not forget, however, as an Arsenal fan myself, I am telling a lot of people that I'm not going to get excited until April, May. I'm going to enjoy this process. I'm going to enjoy being on top of the league. And I'm going to currently enjoy the fact that my team is doing things that is very reminiscent of a Chelsea squad in terms of keeping clean sheets and having an amazing defensive record. I'm super excited for Havertz to come back to see how he will help rotate with Gyökeres. And the one thing that still makes me nervous is that 2022-2023 season where we led the league for 248 days. Guys, that's the longest any team in the Premier League has actually led without winning the Premier League. And this is why I say that I'm trusting Mikel Arteta. I'm trusting the process. But we still have to rectify a lot of the things that we did in terms of mistakes, which we are doing so far. I mean, winning against West Ham, winning against Newcastle, beating a Burnley team. These are the kind of teams where Arsenal actually slipped up and messed up. And right now, so far, things are going well. How long will it last, guys? Do you honestly think Arsenal are still the favorites, or do you guys see them dropping points? Let me know in the comment section. Then we've got Manchester City, the scariest team in the Premier League to date. Yes, they no longer have that fear factor. However, that man, Erling Haaland, that's his team, guys. He's literally stepping up. He no longer has KDB. Foden is no longer as effective without KDB. Bernardo Silva is getting a little bit older. He is literally stepping up and saying, guys, give me an opportunity and I'm going to be clinical. And that's what he's been right now. His current form. When you see that man go one-on-one, he's not missing opportunities like he did last season. He is super clinical right now. And he is literally helping Manchester City keep up the pressure. I mean, he has got 13 goals already. That is insane in the league. That being said, City have mastered the art of timing their run. They do not peak too early. And guys, 5 titles in 6 seasons. Let's put respect on them. And so far, I do have to say that the top 3 still read the same for me, in the sense where this title is a 3-horse race in Arsenal, City and Liverpool. Wrapping things up, I just want to basically say that I know it may seem a bit confusing that an Arsenal fan is understanding a Liverpool's take of things. I'm just very realistic, and I want to live day by day, fixture by fixture when it comes to the season, because I have been bitten many times by looking way too far ahead. And I understand that there's still going to be dips. Injuries are still going to happen. However, does this Arsenal team have the mentality that Liverpool and Manchester City have, in terms of having champions in their squad who have championship mentality? Now, Liverpool still have firepower. They're still going to click. The crowd is still going to get behind them. Slot's men are fighters, and they've come through worse. And let's be honest, guys, for them, losing a team member is extremely harsh, because they spend almost every day together on that training pitch. They see each other more than they see their families. So Diogo Jota, rest in peace. His loss has been epic to Liverpool, in the sense where the players are still mourning him. They're still going through those stages. So there are times where they are less motivated to go ahead and win these games, because everywhere they look in that training ground, they still see him. Everywhere they look in the stadium, they still hear him and see him. And that's what they have been distracted with. So Liverpool fans, keep faith, guys. This race is far from over, and it's only just beginning, because this is where things get serious. After game 10, this is where we need to start taking the league seriously. Now, just the last question for you guys. Who are you picking for this season's title? Is it going to be Arsenal, who are currently leading, or is it going to be Manchester City, who are currently behind Arsenal, just behind, mind you, or Liverpool, who are looking to close the gap and actually go on an unbeaten run? Please drop your predictions below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, because this title race is about to explode. Thank you for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one.